So I think that everyone has kind of logged into their group. So I think the primary thing we'll be looking at is, like Sven, you will be obviously handling this group if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, right. Is there anyone who can lead this group? You would like to lead it?
No, lead. You said lead.
No.
To join another group.
All right. Okay. No, I mean, who would like to take the lead in this group? Natalie, would you like to take the lead? Yeah. Okay. So Natalie will take the lead. Your group, who would like to lead? Can you appoint a leader? Okay, perfect. And Isabella, can you lead your group? Yeah. Okay, perfect. So what our tasks are going to be here is that to understand into each other's industries, right, and understand the specific, talk about the specific challenges that your industry currently has in regards to the group that you belong to, right? And if you're either on let's say if you're Elkjøp, unfortunately Camilla left us, right? So Elkjøp has its challenges when it comes to being part of the circular economy. It's still a consumer-driven industry, right? So what would the construction industry, for example, let's say, bring into Elkjøp? Or what could be the other way around? So the whole idea is to what you could bring from your individual industries into the person who's sitting next to you, into their industry, into their thinking. Like for example, let's say, how could blockchain help in the construction industry, right? So this is the primary. So the primary thing that within your specific industry, when it comes to being challenging, it could be when it comes to being sustainable. Within your topic, like this, we have the finance and the legal side of it right now. Okay, so what would be the primary challenges that right now that you face in your operations, either with your client or within your organization, right? So it will be the same with your group as well. What would be the primary challenges that you are facing, either within your organization and implementing this? Is it change management? Is it convincing the management? Or with your clients on your product line, right? So can we have a round of just listing down the challenges? So, problems, a nice way to start things, right? So if you could list down, not all of you have to have the access to the app. I'm pretty sure some of you in the group have access to the app, so you can jot down this information. So if you can do a round of the challenges that you think, it could be the top 5 challenges, Some people will have a little bit more challenges. Some people have always more problems than the average, right? So if you can list down the key challenges that you find right now within your specific industry, within the specific area that you decided, the groups that you belong to, we can start there. And so let's take about, 5 minutes? Is that good? Yeah? Okay, let's go. Could we move on? Have you opened your hearts out? Revealed all your problems, your challenges? Perfect. Do we have a tech person in every group? Can the more techie person kind of raise their hand? Okay. Do we have only the one techie person in all the group? I'm pretty sure we have a little bit more than that. I mean, Paul, come on. Yeah, right? Okay, interesting. So how would you, considering the fact that you gentlemen, I see only one lady there, raise her hand. Considering the fact that, you lady and gentlemen seem to be a bit more into the tech side of it, what would you suggest is the easiest way of addressing these It could not necessarily be the most practical way, that's a different story, right? We're looking at the easiest way. So step outside of your boundary. Think of that you're in a sci-fi movie, right? So let your imagination run free. What would be an ideal solution? If you'd like, let's say, okay, I want to influence 50 million people on using orange shirts, right? You know, let's say, hypothetically, we have the technology to do that, right? I want to reach out to every single possible person who is in charge of sustainability and influence them to, you know, whatever, drink from a glass bottle, make everyone in their office drink from a glass bottle, right? So it doesn't have to be realistic, right? But what would you suggest? What type of technology would you suggest would solve your problem right now? So it's time for you to step outside of reality, right? Step outside of your reality and write down that solution or solutions that could actually help you solve whatever challenges that you are listed down right now. Is everyone on the same page? Does everyone get what I say? Yeah? Just think that you're Alice in Wonderland and you're going down the rabbit hole right now with Big Sheriff and, you know, right? And just, you can make anything appear in front of you. What would solve that? It doesn't even have to have a tech, like, how would you solve that specific challenge right now that you're having? Right? So just step outside of your reality. Nobody's gonna laugh at you. You know, there are two clowns up here, you know, so, you know, you don't have to worry about that. You know? So just step outside of your reality and tell us what's you know, just write down what do you think is gonna solve those issues. Okay, you start now. So I think we had enough time. Does anyone need more time? Does anyone need more time, or can we move on? Okay. So we're about to put, you know, bring out all the findings here. Like I said, it's not going to be no silver bullet here, but it's a process. It's just the beginning of the journey, right? Of putting people in different disciplines, you know, together, and try to understand the way forward, right? An effort to make change. So we are going to ask. Oops, no, it's okay. Sorry, it's survived. So we're going to have a couple of representatives from individual groups to join us here on the panel discussion. I believe some of you have specifically come here for that specific role as well. So we're gonna put whatever that we discovered right now. We're gonna bring it out and we're gonna explain what sort of findings we had from these discussions. So you can. So those of you who would like to come. I think the stage is too small for so many people. We'll most probably just line ourselves up here. So those of you who would like, or who are here to be a part of the panel, and then who have basically, who would like to speak about the findings that you had within your individual groups, could you stand up? Please stand up. Please stand up. Yeah.
I think the smart value change management has a lot of
information, right? Perfect. So we're gonna just make a Yeah, okay, we're going to just rearrange a bit if you don't mind with us. Can we have the lady? Yeah? Okay, there are two ladies there, okay. Can we start with Natalie?
Yes, hello. My name is Natalie. I am a lawyer working at Elkjøp Nordic, part of their banking and financing team. I have a background from shipping as well, as a shipping lawyer, and I'm chair of YoungShip Oslo, which is a non-profit organization for young professionals in the shipping maritime sector. So, of course, I have some perspective from the shipping sector, and what we, of course, shipping sector is also trying to get to the net zero target. And one of the most critical that I'm sure that you know of is the net zero. They need to reduce emission. And the challenge here, everyone wants the same, but the challenge really is what kind of fuel are they opting for? There's so many solutions, and you have ammonia, you have hydro, you have nuclear. Everyone is providing a lot of solutions, but you have the long distance, you have the short sea, and one of the problems is the infrastructure. Not every place is giving a possibility to bunker. You don't find ammonia everywhere. You don't find hydrogen everywhere. You don't find electrical everywhere. So, and what kind of ship are you going to build? Because these vessels are, the spanning line is for 20, 30 years, and even perhaps 50 years. And if we're going to do like circular economy, where you have to recycle and all that, you need to actually think before you actually, like, what kind of vessel are you going to order? So we miss the infrastructure and we miss the technology for decarbonization. That's from the shipping part. And the financial sector, that's my background as well. And we got a lot of good input from my group, which is that, yeah, we have a lot of regulations. I'm a lawyer. So this is like a gift from heaven. So for us and the auditor, we're going to have a lot of things to do in the future, in the coming years. But how are we going to navigate through all these regulations? It's a jungle. And everyone knows that we want to report. So that leads me to the next point, which was on the stage as well. Like, we don't want to spend all our time at work reporting without having, like, getting any value out of that. So, and the operationalized value, not just boilerplate compliance, we just don't want to tick off all the things. You want to create value, and you actually lead or drive your company to more sustainable goal. So it's very important, and a lot of people or a lot of companies in the past has been like communication activity. You want to communicate that you are very sustainable because that gives you more profit, and you don't want to share the data. That's why we need regulations. Like, this is being implemented. This is not an option anymore. This is you must report and you must share data and to the minimum. So we need to collaborate, and that's why we have the EU taxonomy as well. So we don't want to you don't want to label things, something for green or sustainable, or give the wrong impressions out to the world. You need to communicate, right? And that's why that's a challenge as well. We don't want to greenwash. We don't want more greenwashing. And of course, knowledge, competence is also a very important key here, and it's a challenge because a lot of people, the regulations are very new. A lot of people, they don't know how to report. We just do whatever we are told to do, and everyone wants to earn money, right? So the business need to really focus on the competence and knowledge as well to actually. It's a cost in the short run, but it will be a profit in the long run. So we need to think ahead. So some of the solutions on these problems: more data sharing, the good data sharing, I will say, and we of course need improvement, more quality on the data, and we need to stop competing. We more collaborate. A lot of different industries need to come together because we are facing the same challenge. And long-term thinking mindset. And AI is the last point, of course. Yeah, I think that's for me. Anything I missed from you guys? No?
I think it's very good. Thank you for that, Natalie. I'm just going to ask you a bit of questions, like stop competing on data, collaborate on data. Well, it sounds very good. We all about making money, and privacy data is the gold mine now. So how do you think about doing that? Because the thing is like most of people now, they keep the data because it's money to them. So, I mean, from lawyers or legal perspective, it's not from kind of company perspective. It's a key issue. So, how do you think that could work?
I thought the tech guy could answer on that perhaps, but I will just mention in the group as well because we are looking very at EU perspective, but how is the rest of the world doing? Because like working in shipping, the whole value chain and all of that, we need everyone to collaborate. We need everyone to share the data. How is North Korea going to share the data? Is China like? All the political aspects, I think we are, not talking that big.
That's where the issue is. It's like where is the data sitting? We don't know that for sure. So basically, that goes to the other aspect. I think smart value chain, right? You have to know where the data is. You have to elaborate. You have to share the data. And all across the value chain, right? Not only one particular one, between consumers and producers. So, give the words to you. I want to share your findings.
Yeah. I can quickly introduce myself. So my name is Johnny. I work with Accenture, and I lead the sustainability work that we do in our technology department in the Nordics. So it was an interesting summary because I recognized a lot of similar and overlapping challenges and solutions, even though it was different topic. But of course, our group was a very big group, so small clusters of discussions. So I can cover some of the discussions that I took part in, and then Sven will add to that. But I think in terms of value chain, some of the key aspects are always going to be trust and transparency. I think that is so important. So you need to find ways to establish that, and then data is extremely important. So you need to, and that goes to build on the foundation of trust and transparency. So you need to build ecosystems, platforms to be able to share data in an efficient way, and then you need to find ways to handle governance. And who's going to govern that? Who's going to make sure that that is done in a good way? We have big tech today with the ambition of owning everything, so definitely risks there. And then at the same time, and of course I come from a technology background, you need technology. Technology needs to be part of creating a sustainable future. So you need to find ways to build smart technical solutions, but you need to do it in a responsible way. So you need to incorporate emerging technologies such as blockchain. We heard it in one of the previous talks today. AI, the biggest hype of technology today, but it has a lot of promise. Definitely pitfalls and risks as well, but it has the potential to change everything. So we need to find ways to apply that responsibly and sustainably. And it's still early days, even though many of us has worked with sustainability for a number of years. Now things are, at least I see that from within my company and with clients, now the snowball is starting to really build up some momentum. So it's really interesting days ahead.
Yeah, I absolutely agree, and I'm going to focus on the things that you didn't say, but I absolutely agree that verifiability and trust and openness about